Welcome back, folks, for more Let's Play Martian Memorandum. If you recall, we were about to get ready for our date by, at least trying to find something to pick up the rose. Goody goody. Well, let's see. Use? Can we use the cash or do we have to offer it? Okay, there we go. We have just bought the flower. Unfortunately, I looked around and didn't see anything reasonably priced for a first date. And I would consider it kind of an insult if a guy showed up with, if a girl showed up with cologne or something like, some type of cosmetics on a first date. So I don't think it would be a good idea to show up with cosmetics, and that's pretty much the only thing else here. So we will just settle with the flower. One of the most opulent and expensive restaurants on the West Coast, Clement's is a stunning example of elegance. 4 leaded glass chandeliers cast a warm light on the cherrywood Queen Anne-style dining tables. The sound of sterling silver tableware. I can barely read that. Sterling silver tableware tinkles from the kitchen. Original artwork, leaded crystal, and rare imported wines call out to me. I hope they'll take a 2-party check. I see Rhonda already seated at the corner table. She sits reading the menu in an evening dress low-cut enough to make it interesting.
Hello, Tex. Like my outfit?
Well. This is real much for a bud. I guess so. You see what that guy was eating? It looked like cat food. Now, what do you mention? Let's go with sure, dollface. I've seen better, but it does accentuate the positive.
Thanks. What do you think of the restaurant?
Not really my style. I'm a diner and beer kind of guy, and to place that reflects your beauty. Wow, that's kind of forward on number 3, and we're not quite there yet. But let's go. Not really my style. I'm a diner and beer kind of guy.
Maybe it's time you change your style.
Ooh. My style might be more interesting than you think.
Could be. I guess we'll see about that.
Why shouldn't you? I've been around, sister. I know when a woman likes her man on the rough side.
There are times I feel like such a bad girl. Does that make me cheap, Tex?
Well, let's see. Thank you, Tex. I'm not picky. No, we won't go with that one. That seems a little bit cheesy, but not cheap. Just an excellent value.
Is it getting warmer in here? Because I'm getting so hot.
It's been hot in here since I saw you sitting at the table.
Oh, Tex. After dinner, come up to my room for dessert.
Ooh la la. I love to finish off a good meal with something sweet.
Kiss me, Tex.
Score! Later that evening. Wow. Very interesting that we I didn't expect that to happen this early in the play. Okay. Tex scores, folks. So let's talk about things. Now that we've apparently had dessert. Something's happened to him the past few months. He's always been quite paranoid about everything, but lately it's got worse. It started when a package arrived one morning for Mr. Alexander. I handed it to him, and a short while later he became agitated. I asked him if anything was wrong, but he told me to leave him alone. Soon after, he and his daughter had several major altercations, and she would leave upset and crying from his office. The day after Alexis disappeared, I heard him scream, "It's gone!" When I asked him about it, he said, "I misunderstood what he said, but I know what I heard." Alexis is a beautiful girl, but she's easily confused. I guess it's because she's still young and her parents never really cared much about what she did. I hope she's alright and she hasn't done anything crazy. The last time she left, it sounded as if she hated her father, and I know she hated her stepmother, Nora Desmond. Oh, really? Nora is Mr. Alexander's wife and Alexis' stepmother. She is an old movie actress who still has dreams of grandeur. If you talk to her, be careful. She's a crazy, vain old woman. I know Alexis always hated her. Let's see. It really is not a dream place to work. Security is very tight and the people who work there are very cold. Pay is excellent. Lately, things have not been going well. There's more trouble at the Mowers facility, and the last payroll was missed. Marshal Alexander doesn't seem to be bold and confident as he once was. Corporate attorney. He's got a lot of brains outside of his head. That's literal. Jock has been good to Alexis. He found work for her as a model. She made decent money, but never enough to support herself. That's the name of the film company where Alexis met Rick Logan. Alexis was working on a picture, but they closed down and she never got paid. I sent several faxes for Alexis to Guy Caballero, the studio chief, requesting payment, but it was a waste of time. Yeah, okay. He's the police officer who investigated Alexis' disappearance. He asked me a number of stupid questions. I felt he was a dull, thick-headed, imbecilic slug. She was a friend of Alexis. I guess they had a falling out a while back. Okay. That's the name of her latest boyfriend. She had really fallen for the guy. She had a crush on him, but he never paid any attention to her. Then wham! He was all over Alexis. He was someone who worked in the movies. She showed me a picture of him. He was handsome in a greasy way, I guess. He didn't look like a Boy Scout, that's for sure. He had many opportunities to take her out, but he never seemed interested. Then one day he turned 180 degrees. He was all over her. They were inseparable after that. I don't know anything about him except he's a deadbeat and doesn't pay his bills. Here's the address where I sent the fax messages. That's helpful. I don't know anything about Angelo Andretti. Well, so let's see now that we've... Okay. I think it's time to go pay a visit to the guy who won't pay his bills. What do you think? Guy Caballero, owner of a defunct Galactic Pictures and movie producer, had a face you couldn't forget. Guy had gotten into showbiz and traveling carnivals, won the sideshow acts, and had moved down a notch to movie producer. He was a natural at B-exploitation movies like The Red Planet Mangler, Return of the Red Planet Mangler, and The Red Planet Mangler vs. Benji. I think that's supposed to be Planet, but... What can I do for you? He looks like a dog. I have a piece of film of him. You can have it. Maybe you'll find it useful. The last of a breed. The independent filmmaker has been pushed out of the picture. Well, breed, dog. Get it? It's witty. Did some acting at the studio. Even had a speaking part in The Red Planet Mangler Part 4. As I recall, she was one of the last characters killed in the picture. Rick was a rising star here in the studio, but because he was willing to do his own stunts. Now that you mention it, I remember him taking a liking to Alexis. During Ozark Mutants vs. the Red Planet Mangler and several other features, I'd see them leaving the set together. He's one of those rugged individuals. He built his own home in the jungle somewhere. He left a while ago. When he was here, he hung around a greasy little guy named Johnny Fedora. Okay. Go up or down at all? Just that way, huh? Fedora, I don't know where you'd find him. That kind of guy is at home in any rat hole. No, I don't know anything about that. Nope. Maybe I'll try your luck on Mars. Ran into financial difficulties. Not here a few months. Yeah. Nora Desmond? The last time I saw her in a role was Joan Collins' grandmother in Dynasty 2000. Wow, that's kinda harsh. Freelance photobug. So let's see. Well, if we have something... I'm gonna go back to my office for a second and look at what I've got. Andretti film, huh? Well, he was looking... Hey, wait a minute. We've got the Andretti film. That's nice. Well, I know someone who'd want that.
What brings you down here, Murphy? Looking for a client?
This is just what I needed to nail this guy. Darn it. When Alexander called us in several weeks ago about the disappearance of his daughter, I put up several men on it and they came up with zip. Frankly, his kidnapping story sounded like mouthwash. I suggested he hire a private consultant to investigate further. So you got to meet and converse with the great Alexander, huh? Knowing you, I bet you ended up kissing the feet of that big-hearted, wonderful man. Who's kissing whose feet now? It's a big place. I wish I had as many security people working on the force as Alexander had in that building. He's that attorney that works for Alexander. Never cared much for lawyers, especially the brainy types. Enough with the brain puns. Don't know a Jacques. That woman's right from the bottle. Must be lonely up at the big house. No real friends, and especially no husband. Don't know that. Me? I'm not doing so hot right now, Murphy. I appreciate your help on the Andretti case, though. Since we did help him. Anything about that? Rick Logan. It's the name of someone Alexis knew. We never could find that guy. Alexander's daughter probably ran off because she was sick of her old man. I can't say I blame her. He's a real pain in the butt. Don't know that. Johnny Fedora? The little maggot we found in the dumpster several weeks ago. He was a petty criminal and cheap thug. Looks like someone got sick of him and put a couple of slugs in his worthless hide. He had an old shanty just outside Freaktown in the hot zone. Nobody stays down there long because of the radiation. He had lined the shack with lead and was living right near the ocean. Here's the address. Well, that's a good thing. We got something out of it, didn't we? Okay. So... when we come back, since it is almost time to cut the video, we will go check out Johnny Fedora's place, since now we have his address. So, until then, take care everybody. See you next time.